You guys try to come back in. Like, go out and come back in. Let's see what we got. Huh? It says the same thing? Okay.
This is crisis creation.
Wow. Okay. Let's stop with that for a minute. See if we can get back in because we're having technical difficulties. Okay, y'all check y'all emails. I just sent y'all another link.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's just see if this is going to work out. Yeah, y'all popping in now. Guess the link changed. Y'all echo out.
Yes, sir.
I'll pull y'all up in just a second. Somebody's yeah, just wanna. So is everybody on?
Yes, sir.
I don't see excuse me, I don't see you Amir.
Huh. Where'd you send that new link to?
Did you not get it?
No, sorry, I didn't.
Well, I sent it to you. Your email was the first one on there.
Thank you very much.
You know, you have to do your Good.
Yes, sir.
We are live. Let me see if you can get your virtual background.
Yes, sir.
So peace, love, and blessings. Peace, love, unlimited love, and eternal power. I am Source Energy, God Coach King Malik, and my young God Kings. I am one of the universe's best example of unlimited love and eternal power, and I play no games. Family, we are here. We're here just to ask a question, just quick, live, right quick. If you are not God, then who do you think you are? Young Kings, you want to introduce yourselves?
Much love, everybody. My name is King Son the First. I will intend everybody who watches this enjoys and tunes in and learns something from it. I greatly appreciate y'all. Nasir McCullers Ma'at, also known as KS3 Revolutionary, definitely will continue to enjoy every single second of your now from now on infinitely.
Hello, my name is Zamir McCullers, also known as the Amir Sphere. I will that everybody who watches our content enjoys it and learns something beneficial for all.
Camilla Colors, aka the Chameleon, aka King Sadra. I will continue to enjoy the information we're going to be sharing with you in this live session.
My name is Malik Hamama Colors, also known as Mac Mount the Magnificent, King Son the Fourth, and I'm beyond grateful to be here with you all today. Thank you very much for this time.
All right. So if you're not God, then who do you think you are? Who wants to start?
I do. You see, when it's funny how you ask that question. When you're God, if you're not God, who do you think you are? Because it's funny because people will think that God is something like a higher power, like something that's above or over them, and they'll be quick to so they'll be quick to jump straight to what the Bible has to say or what any form of religion has to say about what God really is. But one thing they got to realize is that power, we are that eternal power. We are all a part of the universe. We're all connect. We are all connected in that way.
So we good. Let's go.
Yes,
You look like a blur. You look like a alien, huh? And then you are reversed. Your welcome to is backwards. Can you see that on your screen? Yeah. Same thing with you, Camille. Switch your thing around. Yeah, mirror your image. Go inside your settings right there and mirror your image so your thing can come around and look, so your proper logo and all that can show up.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, so if you are not God, then who do you think you are? Okay, the only thing I could put with that is, based upon what we're being taught, we usually would hear that God is like in original terms anyway, God is this power that may be over you on creating everything. But you got to think about it. Everything that's in your life you created for yourself. And if you're constantly creating things, that gives you the exact same power just in physical body form. Like you're here. You're a spiritual being living a physical experience. So it couldn't be too much else that you can think that you are, other than they think God is some guy in the sky, probably in a recliner, that they have to bow down to. Exactly. Most times people pray to God, you know what I'm saying, ask God for this, ask God for that, when you're really incanting to yourself, because you're gonna be the one you're the one creating it just by asking and by doing the things that end up leading up to you getting it or not getting it. Regardless, you still end up with your result. So other than you, it comes from within you. It would be really no other answer other than the power is within you. And for the ones who disagree, just think about the different things that you created, the things that you said, and the things that have happened based upon the things that you said. You did create it. And just like God creates things, you create things with your word. Then when they say sin, they ask for forgiveness. Go back and do the same thing all over again, and then convince themselves that they're going to hell. Yeah, then they punish themselves. Perception of hell, when you got to think about all the things that you go through in life here. That's really the hell that you would have to deal with. Just the having to do multiple things over with. Not like doing things over is an issue, but you would not necessarily have to do a whole bunch just to get the things that you desire. And usually that would be a thing that we consider hell more so. After they say this thing called death takes place, you're nothing but unconscious in a state of high vibration all the time, with the ancestors and everybody else just back original energy you came. So that's that. If you consider heaven, that would be it. But there's no hell after this. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate cycle that too many people face, and they don't even realize it. Yeah, a lot of people are programmed to believe that you know hell is a thing, that God is separate from them. That's something that's you're supposed to look up to instead of within yourself. A lot of people don't realize it. A lot of people don't realize it, but the ones that do think that it's the God spoken about in the Bible that they think that they have to follow. Yes, the God is given a figure that is outside of you as something to worship, to get you in that state of being submissive about things, and it makes you submissive about other things. And the overall program, you're gonna think that that's what you're supposed to do, or pray. Little do they know that we are all God, so they're only praying for themselves. Yes, and you're creating every situation for yourself. You got to be the one to make it. You got to be the one to command greater. And the instant you command greater is what you're gonna get. The instant you command something out of it. There's no such thing as a joke. So the universe is not gonna take it as a joke. Everything you're saying, you're commanding. So the God power is within you, not above you, not around you, other than the other people around you, the different things that are created. There's a bit of God in everything. God is that power within you. It's not anything outside of you. So many people worship or have statues of God literally nailed to a cross, and they bow down. That's not God. Who even is that? It's a figure of submission, is what I would think. Because if you're having to bow down to anything, when you really have to look within yourself for that power, this is just another one of the tactics, one of the parts of programming that go along with that. You know, believing God is outside of you. You got to look within.
Always. Always. Yep. So who's next? Hold on. The chameleon says God isn't anyone in the Bible. You are God. Your spiritual and physical form is God. Look within yourself so it can come into the realization that you are God. That's the facts that in my knowing, I've believed a lot of things in my life. And as I've grown through this life, I believed and I believed and I stuck strong. I would even fight about my beliefs. At one point, I felt like I would die for them. And I realized that what I believed was false. And it's not, it really made no sense. It was always a contradiction of feeling. But now I know. I know what I know. I know that I am, and I know that we all have the access, and we can just once we tap in, we can utilize it. You know.
That's a fact.
Royal Virgo says many of them are trapped in a belief system, can't see themselves as God. They don't think they possess the power of their true nature. And that is just facts based upon all the fear that goes on, based upon everything you see. The music, the TV programs, everything is presented to scare the hell out of you. And if scared, there's no way you can look at yourself and find strength. And especially if you don't have a clue that you are, the one that created all of the energy that is within you, or allowed it to even show up. So it's an interesting process to say the least. Yeah, it truly is.
Definitely interesting. So, if you are not God, then who do you think you are? I would say for me, the energy, the particles of energy flowing throughout the universe. And I'm here as a vessel and physical form to assist with raising the vibration and continuing to assist people with becoming more and more and more aware. So when it comes down to us being God or anything or anyone referencing God or anyone being referenced as God, that is a state of it's a state of consciousness, a state of awareness that you have within yourself. Everybody has it within them, but not everybody's going to respond to it the same, nor is everybody going to utilize it the same. So it's about, just in my perspective, it's about how you decide to tap into it and what you actually decide to tap into it for. So if you're utilizing that God power for out of a pure intention to actually assist, and you're taking responsibility and taking accountability for your part, and you're not allowing anything to shift nor penetrate your perspective on anything when it comes down to moving forward in a standpoint of growth, then it's easier and more simple for you to be able to actually tap into that God power that we all actually all came here with, because we all have it. But it's not that everybody's going to tap into it.
That's facts. That's facts. I mean, it's a process. It's all a process. Yeah.
Yes, definitely correct what you had just said. If you are not God, then who do you think you are? So a lot of people as well, they do not believe in the concept of God. There's a lot of people, atheists, or even they see it as one God or even many gods. But even however you see it, is for you to know that you have that power as well. A lot of people, they don't think they can refer to God or go to God because of they can consider themselves as God or even look up to that power because of the things they've done or this or anything of the sort. But you have to know that's who you are. You are that God. So you have to go to yourself, be willing to either forgive yourself or be willing to, move forward. What you desire is all you're going to get. And that's a part of you being God. You have to know you have that power, because a lot of people want to manifest, but they don't believe in it or, trust that process as a result of them not believing they have that full power, of who and what God is, the definition. And there's many definitions, but what definition you refer to by whatever type of God you see yourself as, and however you live your life based on that, and how you make it through as a result of that. That's the power of God. That's the power you have, and that's the power that you can use and grow with.
Yeah. That's all facts. It's all facts. Yeah. Anyone else? Guess it's my turn, huh?
I think it's Amir. Oh, yeah, Amir went first.
Yeah. I don't know if he finished though. Did you finish?
Did you?
No, I
Well,
have to go. I'll speak on one more topic in regards to. So this topic that we are God, that we are all gods, everyone is. We need to teach this to more children, because more children nowadays are being fed that same belief system that they have to bow down to somebody specific, or that their sins will send them to hell or doom them for all eternity or put them in the eternal flames. None of that makes sense. We have to teach children that they have the ability and the power to do what they're here to set their mind to. Everybody's here for their own reason. There's no reason to force this idea onto folks. There's no reason to drag it on, especially for these newer generations, because you see how influential they are already enough as it is. It's just another tactic that it just seems to me like another control tactic that the government's using to try to keep others in control. But when they realize that more than one person knows that they're God and are more tapped into themselves as beings individually, instead of believing that they're just one of the that they're just all one thing, instead of them all being their own thing, then then it makes it harder for the main government to be able to control everybody, because a lot more people are starting to become more aware of their true inner power. And that's a pretty scary thing for somebody who only wants control over the consensus.
Yeah, seriously, the system is on the brink of collapsing. We all see it right here in front of our eyes. There's so much stuff in front of us that for you not to realize or recognize certain things that are being shown in front of you, you'd have to really, really, really be unaware, because there's so many signs that are right here in front of you, like literally hidden in plain sight, for you to see that you are still, they're trying so hard to still keep you in control. It's like the more amount of truth that gets dropped, the more barriers and things that they try and put up in order to block that out, more distractions that they keep putting in your way for you to not recognize the truth. So anytime you see anything of the sort, like certain articles or topics that don't have anything to do with anything, always look past those specifically, because it's trying to hide truth from you. You know, it's like, just in my perspective, it's like if you have a TV in your room, right? And you have two choices: to sit in your room and watch TV, or sit in your room in silence with yourself, so you can actually know how to be with yourself. Me personally, I'd pick sitting in silence so I can learn how to be with myself, because utilizing the TV is like me. I'm just in my perspective, it's like I'm utilizing that as a distraction of the things that I need to fix within myself, to present a false feeling or a false sense of what I would consider as joyfulness. Because one thing I do know for sure about all of us, once we release anything inside of ourselves that's toxic, or just stuff inside of ourselves that does not assist us moving forward, it's easier for us to activate that God power, and it's easier for us to live purely in a state of joyfulness. And you don't need anything to sit there and distract you from how you really feel on the inside, because you feel pure, because you're not holding any of that stuff in.
Yeah, I can dig it. Well, I see that question. Why do you think more children hate church? Why do you think more children hate church so much? Well, I can only speak for myself from being older, being a child way back in the day. Like the energy that I felt in church, it was just strange. It just didn't feel right to me. And the church where they said that you supposed to go and worship what they said was God, or whoever the person that whatever the entity was in the sky, whatever that thing is that they said we're supposed to be worshiping. You at the same place that people get laid to rest, you got to go to that same place, and try to seek God at the same place they every month or whatever it is. I don't know, I don't remember, because I never did really do it, but they were how they would make you drink the blood and eat the flesh was what they call it. That was just strange to me, and I didn't have that experience a whole lot, but I did have it, and it was strange to me. But all is well. That regardless of all of that, that's not really the subject of me. Like, okay, so my life, is no way that I can't know that I'm God at this point. It's no way that I could ask if I'm not God. I know that I am. It's no question. I've lived through so much that mere mortal couldn't think this way, couldn't survive some of the things that I know I've survived. A lot of people things that I've done, people are dead at an early age for. So I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to know that, I chose a situation. I chose the experience for the experience. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that. But I, it's not who I think I am. It's who I know I am now. I believe that I was a servant. I believed I was a child of God. I believed I was, you know, um, supposed to be worthy and had to have an assistant to help me get to God, until I realized that all of that, the resurrection and everything happens, the crucifixion, everything happens within inside of you as a being, as a physical being for this on a spiritual aspect. And it's like the things you go through. You might go to prison, you might get your ass whooped, you might, lose everything. You might lose a relationship that you really desire. You might lose a child. You might lose relationships that you might lose credibility. You might lose character. You might lose a lot in the terms of what could be what your experience is to get to that, crucifixion, to that place where you have to shed the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And we have to do what we have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
it is true. But I learned that a sin, okay, early on they said that if you sin, you're going to hell. You're going to hell, and you're going to live in a lake of fire for the rest of your life, where people going to be screaming and hollering. It's going to be gnashing of teeth and skin peeling off. And I even asked the question, well, what happened when you burn all the way up? No, they're going to get new skins put on you. You're going to get burnt off again. That shit didn't ever make no sense to me. Like, okay, come on, man, we can't survive that shit here alive. So we're gonna be able to do this when we die. Like, we're gonna die to be able to get burnt up over and over again. It's just like so many different things that didn't make sense. So it kind of made me question the ideology of you know, if you do this, you go into hell. If you do this, you go into heaven. But in heaven is what everybody wants here on earth. The gold, they want the shit. Who don't want 99 virgins? Who don't want like a man? Like, who don't want, you know, uh uh, you know, streets of gold and, diamonds and all that stuff that they say if you get here, money is the root to all evil. No, money is not the root to all evil. The love of money is the root to all evil, and your ignorance of that is the root as far as that's concerned. But it's hard to not know through life's experiences, especially if you chose the road of consciousness and the road of experience. Hey, look, you will realize that you either, well, the only thing I can say is I realize that I am. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that have gone through has proven to me that I must be. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir.
it's a thin line. And if you don't know by now, just look at your circumstances. Think about this. Have you ever been in a place where you were really, really happy? Really, really happy? Can you say that when you were really, really happy at the exact time you were happy, that you were sad? Or did something, like pull your happiness away right at the moment you were happy? Or did happiness seem to follow happiness? Does it seem to reciprocate itself? Does it seem to constantly, grow? Okay, think about that the other way. When you get mad, do you get mad and just stop being mad and all of a sudden get happy? Or do you get mad as hell? Do you just keep on getting madder and madder depending on what the circumstances is? You might start breaking stuff, doing all kind of stuff, because this is like a human characteristic when you don't realize that you are God and you really do have the opportunity to basically stop that whenever you can, whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? But it's a process, and if you even choose to do it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the deciding factors as to all of these things. Because you are the deciding factor. Think about it. In another way, look at other people. Look at other people's position. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Look at how people carry themselves. People talk crazy all the time. Look at their circumstances. If somebody's positive and loving all the time, look at their circumstances. It pretty much kind of pays itself. If somebody's a go getter, you see somebody always busy, most you can see the fruits of their labor. You know what I'm saying? You can see the fruits of their labor all the time and that's the same thing when somebody's negative. You can see the negative aura around them, and you can see the positive aura around those who are positive, because we are God's. Low and high, we still are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's two sides to that. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Okay, so God threw the prettiest, sort of most handsome angel out of heaven because he wouldn't bow down to God's creation of a human. Come on, does that make sense to you? I mean, come on. Like, that sounds like one entity having a battle inside of himself, like the bad and good side. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like us, right? It's like you looking at yourself and attempting to be on the best side of things that you possibly can. You know what I mean? Because, you want to feel better than you want to feel bad. Don't nobody want to feel bad. So all is well. We just wanted to check in on that. This is really quick in terms of if you are not God, then who do you think you are? I still got people who will attempt to argue someone down. They won't argue me down because I'm not going to waste my time in an ignorant conversation. But they'll argue you down about the fact that they are, they're a child of God. They got to have Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the other. And I'm not dissing nobody how they, they got to have Muhammad. They got to have somebody to, basically assist them in their clarity of who they are, like something. I don't know, like they need a validation of some type. You know what I mean? But it's not necessary for validation. Your validation is right in your face, like right there in the mirror. Just go to the mirror and check it out. You'll find it. So it's pretty much where we are, and how we conduct ourselves. But all the power that we have is clear. All you got to do is think positive and watch how positive things seem to happen. Think negative and watch how you can get a flourish of negative energy just flowing. Just see, it really works. Excuse me. We control the situation.
Your excuse?
And we have everything to do with how it goes for us. Period. You know. Yeah, where's the legitimate proof that that the God that people pray to about the Bible is real? Well, that's a whole different thing. They're praying to entities that they don't even know the names of because they say Jesus, and Jesus, that's a whole different being. Jesus, that's a whole different. Zeus is a whole different being. You calling on him when you say that, but that wasn't even the entity that was in the Bible. It was Yahshua that was in the Bible according to the scriptures. And then all of this is questionable because, nobody can find no real evidence. You know what I'm saying? So I go with the fact that if I can't find no evidence, like you can go over to Egypt, right? And they've been finding stuff they still finding stuff that's dug deeper in the ground that they had a chance to check. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just no disrespect to the books that came after the fact. They just don't, nothing really adds up. So I go with the intuition that is mine. I am a loving being. I'm a powerful being. I am the source that has created the things around me, the things that are within me, the things that I know, or the things that I have any clue about. I am the one who, basically decided that they are or what they are and how I determine them to be, whatever that is. That is me. That is you. That is you. That is you. That is all of you. Whoever decides however you want to be in this life, you're going to get that positive or negative because you go, doing and thinking negative, you get the result of that. Like I said, there's so many different ways to see that if you don't know that you're God, then look around. Look around, think about it. I'll tell you one thing. We got a lot of power. We have a lot of power that we don't realize that we have harnessed up inside of us. But we really need to lock in. We really need to continue to lock in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep on doing my best to be a good representation of it. Because I know that I am. Because I know that I'm source energy. I'm God, Coach King Malik here physically in this avatar. Just doing the physical work from the spiritual perspective, doing what I can to spread as much of the power and the energy that I can, to be, where we're supposed to be in reference to how we carry ourselves. And I'm going to make sure that I command that what you see in me shall be from the perspective of truth, the example of unlimited love and eternal power. And I'll never play no games. I don't have no time to. Life don't play games with me, never has, and I don't see where it's going to start at this point. But like it is, we locked in. If you're not God, who do you think you are? I'm gonna tell you, you quit thinking whoever you think you are. If you don't think you're God, you need to recognize that you are. And thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, Chameleon. You know what I do, man. You know, you know what I do. You know what I do. That's right. Don't pray, wish, and cry hysterically. Command and know that all is well. Because you know what? All is well. All is truly well. You know what I'm saying? It's just the facts of where we are, what we got to do. You know. Thank you, man. Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. I appreciate the chime in and check in, see, because what's important for me is the only thing you see popping across your screen is those are a part of the tribe that I represent, that represent myself, and we are in this thing all the way live together. So I'm just grateful. I'm humbled by the opportunity to represent and show the proof of. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is basic right here, and it gets real deep. And I know if you really having any spiritual, which all of you should be having us, spiritual awakenings at this point, because we're in the time where we don't have a choice but to experience this, because the energy is in the ether, man. It's all the way live. And those of us who, I got a house full of star seeds, which I came early. I came early, so I am really grateful. I'm really grateful. Like I'm like infinitely infinite. I can't even say this shit right now. Infinitely. How you said? I'm just grateful, man. I'm very grateful, unlimitedly grateful, because I just be thinking about the stuff when I wake up in the morning. What I see, the first thing that I see is, like love, because I know when I wake up, it's just love all around me, and that's a very good feeling. Even when you have things that are pressing on your life, like, because we got responsibilities in the physical world, and we think that it matters, but it matters not compared to what is like this whole thing, and recognizing that we are the deciding factors. And let's just go. Let's be in where we are supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And again, I wanted to share the God. Um, what is it? The seminar for Saturday with Billy Carson, and the God Power lecture or event with Billy Carson and Dr. B Sirius, and it's on Eventbrite, and it starts at like 11 a.m. Central Eastern time, so that's like 8 o'clock um, Pacific time, and 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central, whatever is Central. But Pacific time is 8 o'clock, and Eastern time is 12 o'clock. And it's supposed to go for 10 hours, I think. But it's extremely, the information that's being given is extremely powerful. It's life changing, because a lot of things we already know, but it's them putting things into real perspective to make it like a easy playbook for all to see. And like a layman playbook. And if when you pay for the actual event, you'll actually have it for a lifetime, so you can just go back over it. But Billy Carson's sharing a lot of things about the financial side of things, and how to create your own wealth, how to create your own bank, the trust, the LLC. Same things we do, but he's like on some steroids with his, because he's got the connections to the different banks, and he's going to share all of that stuff. So it's kind of like a good networking for me and my network, because I can tie into his, and we can put all things together, and we can kind of make things just bigger. And where we are right now, everyone that is vibrationally attached will show up, will be connected to, because it's just now, man. It's just now, and I'm grateful to know that I am Source Energy, God Coach King Malik, with my very, very strong, and that who I am grateful for, my young God Kings. I am one of the universe's best examples of unlimited love and eternal external power. Yeah, it's internal and external. You know what I'm saying? Because I got that internal power that has allowed me to express it externally. And
Yes, sir.
I play no games, for real. Play no games about that. It's all love. It's all love. It's all peace. It's all honor. And in respect to everything, if you come across this and it resonates at all, please like and subscribe. We're just trying to build up the numbers. We want to collaborate with those in thought processes, anything we can bring to the table. We would love to share podcast ideas, all of that. And if in the same areas, maybe we can hit the ground with our bootstrap and see who we can help in the general area. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's an important process too, because we get to network and pass the energy around here on this, but at the same time, we should, get collectively in the areas that where we are. If we can find where each other are, we just, we DM information, find out where each other are, link up and connect the energy together. It's cool to share and do whatever we can to help those around us. But it's enough to be here. You know what I'm saying? So if you are not God, then you need to know you are. If you didn't know, all is well. All is well. Thank you again for giving us this time. Peace, love, honor, respect, and once again, Ro Virgo says, please do it. Support. If you can, support a woman swimming by herself around in front of the camera. If you can, support Actual Truth. Know what we do. Let's go, y'all. We love y'all. Thank you for any time that you spend hearing, seeing, feeling, relating, sharing. And even if you got the time to hate, we will you the best, because that energy can be utilized for something more beneficial. And I be sucking that shit in. That's why I got on all this black, to take it in and take it and diffuse it and chop it up and then turn it into power for myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go. And then when I power it up, it goes back out to the universe and externally with unlimited power and love attached. So can't none of y'all match that. Can't any of y'all defeat that. You can run up if you want to. That love cuts you like a machete, head off. You know what I'm saying? We decapitating fools with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But all is well, y'all. All is love. All right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Last thing. Yeah, take that hate to the mountain and throw it off the cliff. Yeah, it'll be best because it's going to get kicked off if it don't. All is well. Yeah, let's go. Love y'all. Peace.
Love you too. Peace.